friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll talk about NSE execution range error. This error has started coming recently a lot to many traders because of the low VIX, the premium is really low, and also because of new margin rule, the liquidity has reduced a bit. Because of these two reasons, I feel now we see this error even on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Earlier, we used to typically see these error on a Thursday and especially on options which are trading below 50. So today's agenda is very simple. First, we'll talk about why we need execution range, how it is calculated, an example, and then how we can handle it using algo. So this execution range is needed to protect impact cost for market orders in illiquid instruments, right? So basically, let's take an example to understand why we need execution range and what can happen if it is not there, right? Say you want to buy a call on expiry day and you go deep ITM almost 500 points, and theoretically it should have a value of almost 500. That is zero time value. It is just a theoretical assumption, right? So now when you see the bid ask of this contract, what you see is actually you see a one ask for one lot, that is 20 quantity at 525, right? And then second ask at 1000, right? So there is a huge difference between the first ask and the second ask. So there is somebody who's trying to sell this option at a very unfair price, right? Now you have a bullish view, and what you do is you place a market order for 10 lots. What will happen? You will end up buying one lot at 525 and 9 lots at 1000 rupees, right? So somebody who was trying to sell at a really unfair price, because of the huge difference between bid ask, you ended up getting impacted because of that, right? So this is a huge loss to somebody who has placed a market order. To save people from this happening, right, what NSE has done is NSE has introduced an execution range which gets updated every minute, right, based on the reference price of previous minute. So for every minute you will have a range high and range low, and only the orders which are inside this range will get executed. No order outside this range will get executed for next 1 minute, and this will keep on going throughout the trading day, right? So for future, the execution range is 5%, right? So say a future reference price is 1000 at some time. For the next 1 minute, the only orders which are inside 950 and 1050, right, can be traded. Any order outside this 100-point range will be cancelled. For options, NSE has kept this range to 40% of the reference price of the previous minute, and the minimum capping NSE has capped to 20 rupees. So the formula is very simple. Whatever is the reference price of last minute plus maximum of 40% of reference price and 20 rupees, that is the range high. Whatever is the reference price of last minute minus maximum of 40% of reference price and 20 will be the range low. So if there is an option contract whose reference price is 100, then for the next minute, the execution range can only be between 60 and 140. So any order which is outside this range will get cancelled, right? For the next 1 minute, right? If an option price is 40, right, if we take the 40%, then it will be 16 rupees. But as we discussed earlier, the minimum range has to be 20 rupees. So for this option, the range will be 20 to 60, right? 20 rupees below 40 and 20 rupees above 40. So again, any order outside this range will be cancelled. This reference again itself gets updated at the end of every minute, and it is nothing but a simple average of the last 1 minute of the prices. The difference is unlike the circuit range, which is published by NSE to the broker, these prices are not made available to brokers by the NSE, right? So we have a range, we know the concept, but we don't know exactly what is the range for a particular option because we don't know the reference price of the previous minute, although we can try calculating and modeling it. But for algorithmic execution, that is not actually needed, right? So take an example of order cancellation. Many people think that only a market order gets cancelled. But in reality, what happens is even limit order can get cancelled, right? So take an example for that, right? Say, for example, again, the reference price is 100 rupees, right? There is a one lot asked at 105 and 19 lot at 150. So again, somebody is trying to sell at a very unfair price. Now, if you place a limit order for 20 lots at 100 rupee limit, 150 rupee limit, your one lot order, which is inside this range, will get executed in 105, but the remaining 19 lot will get cancelled because 150 is outside the range. As I told you earlier, the range will be 60 to 140. That is 40% of this, right? So any order outside the range, be it a limit or a market, will get cancelled. So here you see a case where your order is actually getting partial filled. So we can have a full cancellation or a partial cancellation when we place an order, right? Now, how to solve this, right? So to solve this, you don't need to bother about all these details this much, right? You have to do few things, right? The first thing is you have to assume that there is no guarantee for a market or limit order to be executed. So you have to always check a order status, because any order, be it market or limit, can get cancelled due to this execution range. Whenever your order is getting cancelled, check if it was full cancellation or partial cancellation. I gave you an example earlier, right? So you place the market order for 20 lots or you place the limit order for 20 lots. You should always check how many of these lots got filled and how many of these lots got cancelled. That there are a way you can calculate this algorithmically. We can discuss this in some other video, right? Now, what we need is we need to place another order for the remaining quantities since our order got cancelled. Now, the next step is every minute has 60 seconds and we don't know when this issue will happen, right? So in this 60 second, this issue can happen on 55th second or it can happen on the first second. So rather than waiting for the one whole minute, what you should do is you should see how many seconds are left before the next minute to start. And as soon as the next minute starts, you place an order, right? Now you follow this process till you get your entire order filled, right? So this is a very simple way we can handle the execution range cancellations. Obviously, when the market is highly volatile and you do this thing, you will face slippages, but this is the only way you can get out of your losing positions, right? So I hope this video helps you to improve your algo if you are already running it, or to create an algo if you are not done yet. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video. Thank you so much.